Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but how we're going to fix it together. And brothers and sisters, this video I am excited to bring you because Florida has introduced constitutional carry. There's a lot between here and signing this into law, but this is breaking. Extremely excited. Everything will be linked in the description box below, and make sure you send this one out because we need to put as much momentum behind this as we possibly can. And if you are new or a returning viewer, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, and turning the notification bell on. We need as many of you as we can to get in the trenches with us to pass the blessing of the Second Amendment along to the next generation. And thank you so much in advance for your consideration. Now, if you haven't seen Second Legacy, the new channel between Tim from Military Arms and I, make sure you check it out. It's also linked in the description box. We are going to dive deeper into this. This is the very reason that we made Second Legacy, to give you some in-depth analysis to further the Second Amendment from a much more long-form content, which brings a lot more out in the details. Enough of that. Let's dive into what you guys came for. Check this out. This is excellent. Florida bill could hand gun owners huge win, make the U.S. a constitutional carry majority country. Yeah, it could. Not only would it make the 26th state to be a constitutional carry state, it's also the jewel. The crown jewel is Florida. Florida is the one that everything hinges on to go further because Florida is an extremely populous state. So far, Republicans in the state of Florida have resisted. We've got the House Speaker who said it's going to happen. We've got the Senate Speaker who said it's going to happen. And we've got the governor who said it's going to happen. And now the bill has been introduced at this point about an hour ago of the filming of this video. So Monday afternoon. This is something big, and we need as much energy as we can because it's not just that. There's also the Florida sheriffs are behind it. The NRA is behind it. This has legs. Florida lawmakers introduced legislation on Monday to allow people to carry a concealed firearm without having to get a government-issued permit. A move that could make the majority of U.S. states permitless carry territory. And if you've been with this channel for about a year, you know we covered all the additional states that added in constitutional carry last year. Ohio, Indiana, Georgia, a few other ones. I can't remember all of them. But there was a lot of them and pushed us to 25 out of 50 states. This would push us over the middle. This would be big. Quote, our right to bear arms, of course, is enshrined in the Second Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, Republican State Rep. Chuck Brandon said at a press conference in Tallahassee. Quote, the bill that I will file later today continues to advance Second Amendment freedoms through legislation known as constitutional carry. They're not even parsing words. They're calling it constitutional carry. This is big, people. Trust me, this is massive. Quote, I believe Floridians have the right to bear arms to protect themselves, their families, and their property without government interference, he added. This bill is a big step to help the average law-abiding citizen to keep from having to go through the hoops of getting a permit from the government to carry their weapons. That is beautiful. If we get Florida, as populous as it is, as important as it is to the electoral system, as important it is with Governor DeSantis, as important it is to the entire national RCP, this is a really big thing. Let me just saying. All right, let's go. Brandon introduced HB 543 on Monday alongside, got an email, Florida House Speaker Paul Renner and a handful of law enforcement officials who lauded the legislation as a step to further protect law-abiding citizens. That is incredible. When you hear who's behind this, you'll know there's a lot of juice. The bill would allow lawful gun owners in the state to carry without asking the government for a permit or without paying a fee, which is 100% constitutional, by the way. Those who will wish to still obtain a permit can do so if the bill becomes law. The bill would also not change who can and cannot carry a firearm, getting in front of the attacks of the gun control groups, which are coming, I guarantee it. There are currently 25 states that have constitutional carry or permitless carry laws on the books, meaning Florida could tip the U.S. into becoming a constitutional carry majority nation. Come at me, bros. That is incredible. Like I said in the beginning, there's a lot between introduction and signing into law, but every bit of energy, every bit of momentum and support you lend to this, the further it goes. Florida is massive. Nebraska is right on deck with a similar bill, and you've got North Carolina, who is threatening. This could be the tipping point and put us at 27 and 28. This is huge. Let's keep going. Excuse me. All right, here's the last pieces. In addition to support from the NRA and various Republican lawmakers in the state's House and Senate, the Florida Sheriff's Association has also thrown support behind the bill. Why is that important? That's important because in Ohio and Indiana and all the different states that you see the constitutional fight coming to fruition, Alabama was one of them, you actually see the sheriffs and law enforcement resisting it. because of fees and permitting. In Florida, the Sheriff's Association is behind it. That's a big deal. Quote, criminals don't get a permit, not one of them, Brevard County Sheriff Wayne Ivey said at the press conference. They don't care about obeying the law. Our law-abiding citizens have the immediate right guarantee and the freedom to go protect themselves. We, as Florida sheriffs, stand solidly behind this, Ivey said, and we stand behind the oath that we took to protect the United States Constitution and the Constitution of Florida. That is delicious. There is so much more coming. Once I have a copy of the bill, we will break it down. This will be the place to check it out. Make sure you check back, and thank you so much for watching these videos and spreading this out as far as you can, because this is a really, really big deal. I will see you on the next one.